Monday Night Football was an interesting game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. So the Bengals would win 27-20. So with 2 minutes left in the game, the Bengals had their punt blocked by the Cowboys. Unfortunately, the ball was touched by Cowboys defender Amani Oruwariye, and the Bengals would recover it, giving them the first down. So after 2 plays in the drive, quarterback Joe Burrow would throw a touchdown pass to wide receiver Jamar Chase to give Cincinnati the win. And it was a strangely fun game. In the weirdest of circumstances, this was actually an exciting game. I thought this was going to be a snoozer, but not the case. Surprisingly, this was a really good game between the Bengals and the Cowboys. So for Joe Burrow, he completed 33 out of 44 passes for 369 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and an interception. Jamar Chase, a great game, 14 catches for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown, 14 carries for 58 yards, and he had 6 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. On the losing end, for the Cowboys, quarterback Cooper Rush completed 16 out of 31 passes for 183 yards, and he had 2 touchdown passes and an interception. Rico Dowdle had 18 carries for 131 yards, and CeeDee Lamb had 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. There's a lot that I want to say about the Cowboys, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. I want to start off talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow. Let me say it like this. If the Cincinnati Bengals had a better record, if they had a winning record, Joe Burrow would be in the talk for this year's MVP race. Let's call it as we see it. I mean, Burrow has played phenomenal football this year, but the problem is his team has been under 500. The team, they've lost a lot of games this year, and they've lost a lot of close games this year. Joe Burrow has played at a high level. Jamar Chase has played at a high level. Again, we talk about if the Bengals' record was better, Burrow would be an MVP candidate. You could put Jamar Chase in the same conversation as well. Jamar Chase, I mean, wow, one of the best receivers in the business. I'll give him top 5 currently. And that duo of Burrow and Chase, we saw it during their time together at LSU. They won the national championship together. And boy, those two are so electric in Cincinnati. And it's just a shame that Jamar Chase has not gotten that big contract as of yet. Next year will be the final year of his rookie contract. Joe Burrow's got his money, but it's just amazing to me that Jamar has not gotten his contract extension as of yet. And he's definitely deserving of it because he's played at a high level since he's been in Cincinnati. And defensively, Cincinnati has played horribly this year, but the saving grace for this team has been the offense, and with the dynamic duo of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And again, Burrow and Chase hooking up together once again to give Cincinnati the victory in Monday Night Football, 27-20. Now for the Dallas Cowboys, Dallas's offense, they played better. Rico Dowdle rushed for over 100 yards. He was phenomenal in that game. However, we faded away late third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. I wonder what Mike McCarthy was thinking and not continue to allow Dowdle to get more touches in the running game. That's I know a lot of people have brought that up. Like, where was Rico late in the second half? He was practically nowhere to be found. Cooper Rush played a decent game, threw 2 touchdown passes. He also had an interception. And CeeDee Lamb, if anybody's been consistent for the Cowboys all season long, it's been CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee had 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. And it has been a roller coaster of a year filled with so many emotions with the Dallas Cowboys. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. The Dallas Cowboys are the soap opera that never ends. It's just never a dull moment with them. And then unfortunately, early in the fourth quarter, linebacker DeMarvion Overshown, he has suffered an injury to his right knee. He would not return to the game. And then according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Overshown will undergo season-ending surgery on his right knee. And according to Cowboys owner, president, general manager Jerry Jones, Overshown returning for the 2025 season is uncertain. and that a return for the 2026 season is more likely. So again, as they say, as they say, it can't get no worse, right? I don't know how worse it could get for the Dallas Cowboys. You lose another game, you lose a very close game, and now you lose a one of the rising stars, not just on the Dallas Cowboys team, but also you lose one of the rising stars in terms of defenders in the NFL with DeMarvion Overshown. Again, Overshown tore his ACL his rookie year, fought hard to come back this year, and was having a very productive year, and then has the injury to his right knee. And then Jerry Jones says that it's going to be a season-ending surgery next year, uncertain, more likely to return for 2026. And man, this is tough for the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons, it's been a range of emotions for him all season long. After Cincinnati scored the touchdown, and even before the clock hit zero, you saw Parsons walk into the locker room even before the game ended. And it's been one of those seasons, not just for Micah, but just really for the Cowboys as a whole, man. And changes are going to have to be made. I don't know if Jerry is going to come in and bring in a new head coach. I highly doubt that. It looks like Mike McCarthy, the job will be his if he wants to return to Dallas next year and maybe for future seasons. But boy, that's a tough way to lose. And certainly Cincinnati, they took advantage of the turnover. Joe Burrow connected with Jamar Chase for the touchdown. Cincinnati beats Dallas in overtime, 27-20. Also, some injury news to pass along to you. New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr could miss the rest of the season due to a hand injury suffered in the Saints' win over the New York Giants on this past Sunday. While running for a first down, Carr fractured his non-throwing hand when he collided with the teammate and then tried to brace his fall with his left hand. And in addition, Carr also suffered a concussion in the game against the Giants. And according to Saints head coach Darren Rizzi, Carr is in the concussion protocol. So it's been I'm talked about the Dallas Cowboys. It's been one of those years for Derek Carr. This was kind of like the MO when he was with the Raiders, and now him being the quarterback with the Saints. The inability to stay healthy is just one injury after another. I believe this is Carr's second concussion this year. I believe this may be his second or maybe his third concussion this year, but I know he had an injury this year to his oblique, and he fought injuries last year with the Saints, and now he's got the issue with the fractured hand, his non-throwing hand, and also being placed in the concussion protocol. But again, the Saints are fighting for their playoff lives. They're currently in the hunt, but it's tough because there's a lot of good teams in the NFC. But again, in Monday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals 27, the Dallas Cowboys 20. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.